Mr. Speaker, President Trump had a straightforward mission in Europe last week: stand with our NATO allies and stand up to Russia's Putin. Instead, President Trump squandered U.S. influence and abdicated our leadership by abusing and dividing our allies and fawning over a tyrant who actively seeks to undermine our democracy. While Putin may not be dictating American policy, President Trump is seemingly pushing forward his agenda. Putin wants to restore Russia as a great global power at the expense of the United States. He wants to expand Russian influence over Europe by weakening NATO and European Union. In Putin's mind, when the United States and Europe flounder, Russia is stronger. If Putin was calling the shots, he would have encouraged President Trump to criticize NATO and raise doubts on whether we would defend our allies if they haven't paid their bills. He'd invite President Trump to undermine the European Union, our largest trading partner and investor, by lauding Brexit, denouncing trade, supporting anti-democratic populists, and undermining Germany and Chancellor Merkel. And that's exactly what happened. Rather than projecting unity, President Trump's participation at the NATO summit generated non-stop images of division. Substantive issues received little or no attention. Putin is the biggest winner from any disunity in NATO. During the Cold War, American and NATO troops held the line in Europe, containing and defeating the Soviet Union. I served in Germany for 5 years at that time and witnessed firsthand how we won the Cold War, but we didn't do it through military power alone. We won because NATO military strength helped create the space for democratic dissidents in Eastern Europe to come together and bring down Soviet rule from within. This was the success of America's strategy, pursued by presidents from Roosevelt to Kennedy to Reagan, of advancing American values. For 7 decades, the NATO alliance has ensured that America's strength and influence are magnified around the globe. Our alliance has extended the promise of peace, security, and prosperity to much of the democratic world, and it has maintained the inviolable promise of collective defense. America needed its allies after we were attacked on 9/11, and our allies came through. They fought and died with us, and threats to our collective security have not vanished in the 21st century. These shared security challenges should have been at the top of President Trump's agenda, but they weren't. Since Putin's annexation of Crimea, NATO has found renewed purpose and effectiveness, stepping up exercise and establishing the enhanced forward presence in Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and Poland. Additional measures may be necessary to continue to confront Russian aggression. This includes Secretary Mattis's 30-30 plan to establish the readiness of 30 land battalions, 30 air fighter squadrons, and 30 ships ready to deploy within 30 days of being put on alert. Poland's proposal to bring more U.S. troops to the country and setting up a joint armored division with 15,000 American troops and as many as 250 tanks and armored vehicles, and completion of the European missile shield by 2020. None of this was discussed. Contrary to President Trump's declarations, NATO members have been increasing defense spending since 2014, almost $46 billion, the biggest buildup by U.S. allies in 25 years. NATO is also expanding its training mission in Afghanistan and launching a new one in Iraq, showcasing NATO's ongoing commitment to the fight against terrorism. Yet, President Trump chose to deride our most important allies. With as much passion as President Trump questions our European allies as freeloaders, his actions suggest a desire for a cozy relationship with Putin's Russia. Russia is one of our most aggressive adversaries, working to rupture the relationship between the United States and our closest partners, weaken our influence in the Middle East, and pose an ongoing cyber threat. Other than elevating Putin and failing to mention Russia's illegal annexation of Crimea, what good did President Trump accomplish during this summit? I have no answers to ask to the question as to why he, unlike any of his Republican or Democratic predecessors, is so willing to defend the interests of the United States and our allies against Russia. All that's clear is that by embracing our adversaries and denigrating our allies, President Trump is inviting grave and historic consequences for the United States. Mr. Speaker, today I simply call on President Trump to unequivocally affirm the United States' commitment to our European allies and to condemn Russian aggression, meddling, and malign influence. I yield back.
The gentleman yields back.